Another day, another podcast.
Hello, everyone.
Chee.
Welcome back to another episode of Just Echoes
With Emmanuel
with Izzy
and
and Emmanuel.
why are you confusing me? It's usually with Emmanuel and Izzy.
Yeah, but this time I decided to say with Izzy and Emmanuel.
How is everybody doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another podcast. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Road to 1K is still on. My friend, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Good.
My friend, how are you?
You know what, right? When I'm fine, I'm doing really well. Actually, I'm doing good. When I posted a shot, one of our reels on my WhatsApp status, where I was saying who's most likely going to have a pet as a snake.
Yeah.
First of all, that video was very funny. Everybody was now saying that I'm always bullying you.
Yeah.
But they actually don't know that in the real sense of it, when the cameras and the lights are off, you're the one that's actually bullying me.
Wow. So you're saying I bully you off camera?
Yeah, the one that always that is a bully, but everybody just believes that I'm always bullying you. They're like, sweet girl, cool girl, Emmanuel, you're
I'm a
bullying this girl.
sweet girl.
But they
You're
don't
the
know
one who
that
bullies me.
in reality, the reverse is the case.
Lol, that's funny.
But it's good to have everybody on the call.
On the call.
It's good to have everybody live watching this video. Please subscribe once again.
Subscribe, yeah.
So,
how's your week been? Weekend?
weekend.
Yeah, how's your week been?
So, over the course of the weekend, I've just been catching up with news in Nigeria or from Nigeria.
Catching up on news. What's
Catching
going
up
on?
on news, and most of the things that have just been hitting the headline has just been this AirPeace and the fact that they are disrupting the industry. And for the first time, I've just been listening to the CEO of AirPeace and maybe other executive talk, like the Minister of Aviation and some top guns, just off assumptions and off the excitement of AirPeace is life, AirPeace is life. That's just what me I've been carrying on my head. AirPeace is life. I don't want to know, but for the first time, I've been listening to the CEO of AirPeace talk and just understanding some of the challenges that they've been facing, some of the struggle and some of the, technicalities of the old Lagos to London, London to Lagos from a Nigeria airline. And trust me, right?
So what have you found out?
It is real.
What is real? Oh, like the struggle is real.
The struggle is real. Ladies and gentlemen, they are trying to sabotage all the efforts that we're trying to put in place to ensure that this is sustainable.
Who's sabotaging us?
The evildoers.
Whoa.
The evildoers.
Okay.
Right? But on a serious note, right, the AirPeace guy, the AirPeace CEO has just been explaining some of the technicalities and how difficult they're making this whole process be.
Really?
Yes. And I think it's just, what do they call it? Systemic difficulties.
Yeah.
Right? Systemic difficulties. They're just trying to do some things that would... It just feels like the government, quote and unquote, are not really happy with this new...
Because they know that it's going to have a very big impact, isn't it?
Yeah, so I feel like they're trying everything possible to just frustrate...
So like, okay, I know you asked me to watch a video about a review or whatever, but I don't know, I feel it kind of sounds like you're talking about bigger things.
Yes, now, for example, the CEO of AirPeace on Arise TV was saying, first of all, it feels like the old airport authority, Gatwick, they are not like welcoming, they are not happy about it. For example, he said, I think on the first day they flew from London to Lagos, that all of a sudden they changed all their terminal, or where you go and
The check-in,
whatever.
Yeah.
They already practiced, they already did their training, everybody was set to go, and all of a sudden they changed it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it happens, or I don't know how often something like that happened, but it's uncalled for, right? And they gave them a carousel that was not working. Imagine Gatwick Airport giving an international airline a carousel that is not working.
Like
Can you give KLM?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. For those of you that don't know what a carousel is, that place where you put your bag and that thing that's always rotating.
I like to call it a baggage escalator.
Baggage escalator, right? They gave them one that was not working for an airline that is international. And for Nigerians that like to pack load.
As in, Nigerians can be low.
Right? So, all these little things, it just feels like,
Yeah, Yeah, I watched the video you sent me with one of the passengers that flew on that first
Yeah.
flight. And he was talking about how, yeah, he mentioned the thing about them changing the check-in counters the night before and informing them the night before, and charging the wrong amount for like
for
an extra
luggage.
baggage
Yeah.
or something, and little things like that. And do you know what was coming through my head? This sounds like what the Brits do when, like, in their football fields and whatever stadiums. You know, when you go for a stadium tour and they show you the home dressing room,
Yeah,
and then they show you the away, and then they're like, oh yeah, it's been designed to make them more comfortable, lower ceilings, smaller units, and blah blah blah. And that's literally what came to my head. I was like, once Brits have competition and they know that once it's competition, they have their own subtle way of making things just difficult for other people. And I don't know if it's a normal thing, but to me it just looks like it's kind of expected of them. They wouldn't outrightly be like, okay,
welcome to the space.
Yeah. They would make things difficult, and people will now start tagging in stuff like their subtle racism and discrimination and all of that, which is very sad.
It is very sad, because I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like the competition is actually not between AirPeace and British Airways or AirPeace and Virgin. I feel like that's not the competition. I feel like the competition, or what AirPeace is going to be disrupting, is the at least for now, is the Air Morocco, the Cairo Air, the KLM, people that fly to Qatar, people that fly to... Because the truth is, BA has been operating for years, right? I feel like they already have loyal customers.
They already have customers.
Like they have that goodwill. So AirPeace is coming to disrupt the industry, but to a large extent, it's still going to take time. They're not going to disrupt the industry in 1 week. I know the prices are already dropping, which is a signal, but there's some people that will still
want to go with
BA, want to go with, because they've built. If I'm booking an AirPeace flight, I have views for that make
exactly
a flight from.
You already have miles.
Do you understand? A flight from London to Lagos sometimes it seats for $250, £250.
Yeah.
Right. So there are customers like that.
Yeah.
So I don't really think the competition is between BA and AirPeace. It's between all this Air Morocco, Qatar, and so it's just so sad to know that they are normally when you enter when there's a new airline that is flying to your airport for the first time, there's this water parade that they do, where they bring two trucks together and the plane will now slide onto.
Oh yeah,
they're supposed to do that, right? But they didn't. It's a form of welcome, right? Welcome to when a plane is starting for the first time and when they are ending.
Yeah.
They do that water something. I don't water parade or something.
Whatever.
They didn't do it for AirPeace now. So these are little. Somebody was telling me that Gatwick took time to even post it on their Instagram and to that AirPeace is officially flying to Gatwick Airport. That it took like only after a week or so to officially post it. That even the Minister of Aviation Nigeria was like, finally. And it's just hearing it from the CEO and how he's just narrating some of the challenges they faced, and how, remember, this is not the first time that a Nigerian airline is flying from Lagos to London or Nigerian to London, that they've actually frustrated some of the guys that have done it in the past. And
I think the guy mentioned like Arik and
Medview.
Bellevue.
Is it Medview or Bedview?
Yeah.
That we've done this thing in the past, but also the CEO of AirPeace said they came correct. Like some of the checks that they were like 100%, they were ready. There was they came correct, right? Which is really good. I mean, I'm beginning to like that man every single time I hear him talk. He's my guy, so because I met him on a plane from Lagos to Abuja, and he's my guy.
He's your guy.
So, I mean, it's just, and I feel like this is the best time for the Nigerian. We'll sanction the UK government. If this continues, the Minister of Aviation and I have spoken, and he has assured me that, listen, whatever it takes to ensure that it is smooth running between Lagos and Nigeria AirPeace would go into place.
Who is you?
And if anything, if anybody, I repeat, if he said anybody that does anything, there will be a trade war. That's how he said it. The Minister of Aviation.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
That's what he told me.
Okay. Oh, told me. Oh my God. Please, what's
So
the meaning of this?
that's what he told me. So we are ready, and I feel like this is the best time.
It just sounded like Shedrack there.
Nigerians will always support, but I feel like this is the best time for Nigerians to come together and support AirPeace. This is not time to complain. If, you know, now some people will now be. Okay.
They're going to use like everything that people experience now. Obviously, it's going to come through as this is AirPeace's approach to customer service and all that. Meanwhile, it's actually Gatwick Airport that is in charge of that customer satisfaction, checking in until they get to the actual boarding. That's when AirPeace pretty much like comes in to play.
The guy was saying even the luggage guy, sometimes you don't see them. Can you imagine?
And he said that they brought like JJCs to do
exactly
the check-in. They were all asking themselves, how do you add baggage? How do you do this on the check-in counter?
The baggage guy said you not see them. These are little things. I know for every delay, customers are uncomfortable, bad review. So this is not the time to give AirPeace a bad review. Whatever we find, however we see, let's just be here for now. This is start time and the challenges will always come. But I will always encourage AirPeace. I believe just hearing the man speak, they are ready in terms of customer service, in terms of they are ready, right? But I was talking to my friend yesterday, Habib. Habib said, listen, Habib has been flying London too. He said, listen, I've flown BA. How many times? He said, I've flown BA for free before, right? When you fly BA, you know what you're getting. If you fly 100 times, you know what you're getting 100 times, right? So I think the expectation now, or the prayer, is AirPeace to be able to maintain a level of standard every time, right? So that even if we are complaining, we will not complain about their service, right? You know that when you enter AirPeace, that semu, that shemu,
that's what you're looking for.
That goat meat should be standard, right? So the service should be impeccable, should be top notch, right? So they should work on what they can control. But yeah, all hands, all Nigerians, everybody, the federal government, the government of the day, we are behind AirPeace. And whatever it takes. Okay, welcome to today's video, ladies and gentlemen, and we're starting our conversation. That was just by the side.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, what are we talking about
now?
Today?
What we're talking about today is something that I thought about it some over the course of the weekend, and it has to do with couples finance. Okay. Now, when you're getting married, there are different school of thoughts on how to handle finance. For example, there's a school of thought of, let's have one account. All the money should go into one account. Okay. There's another school of thought of let's have one account. Everybody still hold your individual accounts. We'll do joint savings, and So I mean, everybody has what works well for them, but there's no one standard, right? So, what do you think? What do you think? And I just want to have a conversation around this.
Why are you laughing? Why are you smiling like this? What do I think?
Yeah.
I mean, what is my take, or what is my preferred approach?
Yeah, what's your take and what's your preferred approach? How do you...
I mean, obviously, finance is like one of the big things that can make or break a couple.
Yeah.
So I think it should be taken fairly seriously. So I personally believe that there should be transparency when it comes to finances. I mean, especially in this day and age. And it also depends on what each party brings into the relationship. So in a situation where both the man and woman are working and earning money, then I don't know. My ideal situation or way of management would be to have a joint account of some sort.
Okay.
So it could either be having a joint account and also having your personal account. Actually, having a joint account, but also having personal accounts, because at the end of the day, you're individuals as well. But you're also anything you earn is for each other, whatever. So yeah, my ideal approach would be to have a joint account, but also have individual accounts.
Okay, so what would the joint account be for? What is the joint account going to be for?
The joint account should be for savings
Okay.
and also like bills, expenses, so things that are important payments. Whether it is maybe your mortgage, your house, car bill, electricity, all those kind of things, maybe groceries, even stuff that is needed, stuff that is required for the family.
Okay, that should be in the joint account.
That would be in joint account because then at the end of the day, that is what we are taking care of. And then you can have your individual accounts for your personal expenses, whether it is personal upkeep or gifting or miscellaneous, whatever all of that is.
So what if I say, or what if? So you prefer this one as to just have putting everything in the joint account?
I prefer this because it allows for freedom as well as accountability.
How?
So that means in that case, we'd have definitely agreed maybe a percentage or whatever that would be going to the joint account, either based on what you earn. And we know that, okay, that's what we're taking off for taking care of important things. And then you have the rest of the money to spend on however you want to spend it. So you have the freedom of using your personal account or whatever. And also having that transparency with the joint account, knowing that things that need to be paid for are being paid for. Things that are needed for
this is a situation where both parties are working, from what you said.
Yeah.
So it's a situation where you are a housewife, for example. What happens?
If you're a housewife, I mean, you may also have a joint account. Maybe it might just be purely a joint account where, because I mean, a housewife, that means the housewife is going to be getting money from her
Maybe
spouse.
your husband is giving you salary.
So, I mean, he might not be necessarily giving her salary, but they would have that joint accounts for both of them to spend from.
Okay. So there should be a form of joint accounts or accounting.
Yeah, because I this is me personally. This is not for everybody. I think that's it's transparency. I don't know. I think it's that bit of transparency that. Sorry, camera just flopped.
Okay, is that bit of transparency that?
Yeah, so I think having the joint account helps both parties see how the money is coming in and out. What was I saying?
Okay, now
I think that's what the benefit of having the joint account is for.
Okay, now is this? This is me just trying to be critical. But listen, gentlemen, tell us what you think. This is me trying to be critical. Is this a matter of trust? For example, if I'm getting married to you, let's assume I am getting married to you. Okay.
Why are you assuming when it's already a reality?
let's assume I'm getting married to you.
Okay.
Right? If I trust you and you trust me, right? Mm-hmm. And you know how much I'm earning, I know how much you're earning. Mm-hmm. I have an idea how much you have. And you have access to your card. You have access to my card. We have responsibilities that we take up. Oh, you pay for this, you pay for this. Oh, I pay for this, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And everybody is fulfilling their roles or everybody is doing what they should do.
Yeah.
What is the need for a joint account? Like, why am I bothered about if everything's been taken care of? Oh, want to do this, want to do that. And, what is the need for a joint? Like, what's the transparency in it? I don't get.
I like seeing records. Yeah, I can trust you. Fine, I trust you. I know that you're taking care of your bits. I know I'm taking care of my bits. But I also like spreadsheets. I like records. I like to be aware of everything that is going on so that that's just how I am. And that's how I am. So having a joint account doesn't mean I don't trust you. It's just how I function.
Okay. So it's about you. It's about how you function, not about the advantages or disadvantages of the joint account. It's about how you function.
I mean, if you want to go into advantages and disadvantages, What are the advantages?
No, I mean that's not even a question, right? So it's just basically about you, is what you prefer. You want to be seeing numbers because
Like I said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. For me, that is what I prefer. I like to see the numbers. Yeah.
okay. Now, on another hand, this old joint account and not joint account, right? Does it happen when there's really not enough money in the family or in the marriage? That's why everybody's conscious about joint accounts. For example, if you think Davido and Choma and they have joint accounts.
That's their business.
No. I'm that's just an example because one is super wealthy, one is super rich, right? So in that kind of marriage, do you think there'll be like a joint account? Okay, let's assume that.
Are you saying one is wealthy or both? What are you saying? Like,
Davido is super rich now. Choma is not super rich. Choma is married to a super rich guy.
Yeah, okay.
So in that kind of marriage, do you think there'll be a joint account? So now let's even not take that kind of marriage. In an example where the guy is super rich, or even the lady, right? Let's assume you are Beyonce and I'm just Emmanuel. Would there be joint accounts, or would they just be okay? There's money to spend. So my question is it as a result of there's no money in there, everybody is managing? That's why we are so concerned about joint accounts. If there's excess money, would anybody be concerned about joint account?
I don't know. The way I see it, the way I understand what a joint account is both people have primary access to the account. That is my understanding of a joint account. So the joint account might just be your own account that's been switched or upgraded to a joint account, where I have a card that can access that account and you have a card that can access that account as well. That's a joint account to me. So, I mean, Davido and Choma might have a joint account where she has a card that accesses his own account, so she can spend from his account.
But
he can spend from his account.
Now that goes to my previous question. What if there's so much money in the family and, okay, you need £2,000, you want to go and blah, blah, blah. Okay, take the card. Take my card. You know, there are some people that just give their husband card,
there's
card
some people
permanently.
that
Take card, spend money. This card has 10K credit card on it or 10K balance. You know how to spend it, use your savings, that kind of thing. There's money in the family.
So it depends on the dynamics of whatever. I mean, they may or may not need a joint account. I think it all boils down to access. Like accessibility of the bank account. So it's tough because
this is the first time I'll see you. Yeah. You're thinking to talk like.
Yeah, I'm thinking to talk because I'm trying to think. Please leave me alone. I'm trying to think like how wealthy people will think. I feel like it all boils down to personality as well and their comfort.
Do you think
so?
Okay, go ahead. Complete your statement.
So you can have a wealthy scenario where they would have a joint account in the sense that account, the wealthy account, has two primary owners. Or it can be a case, scenario number 2, where they don't have a joint account, but the wife or the husband can be given a card to access the account. So it's all accessibility at the end of the day. For the wealthy scenario.
So at the end of the day, it boils down to how much money is in the family. If there's so much money in the family, nobody cares about joint accounts. If there's so much...
I'm sorry, but I cannot speak for the wealthy. I don't know. I don't think... I've never really thought about it that way. Like having a joint account, is it just for people that are managing money or for people that are wealthy?
Because I don't think wealthy people have joint accounts. I don't think so, because I'm just trying to imagine, when I mean wealthy people, I'm just trying to imagine like super rich people. I'm just trying to imagine...
Wealthy people may not have joint accounts because then they might want to protect their own account. I mean, so imagine wealthy. Remember we were talking about like prenup and stuff like that. They might just want to have one primary owner of the account.
I feel like wealthy people just make money available for the family. There's money for you to spend. Don't bother yourself thinking about how much is in the account. Just spend. And I feel like that's what every when everything is boiled down, when we get to the nitty-gritty, I feel like that's what every woman wants. There's enough money in this card. Spend. Don't bother yourself about spend. Don't stress yourself. At the end of the day.
But doesn't that kind of fit into the joint account scenario? If you think about it.
Because most people that say I want a joint account, just like you have said, they say I want to see transparency. I want to see how the money is going and coming. Hold on. It's because the money is not enough. You're trying to see transparency. If the money is enough and you know that, damn it.
Yeah, but
you not be bothered. You not be bothered about.
See, I'm talking personally. I'm talking about anybody else.
It's not even just about you. I'm even saying that generally. Most people that say joint account, they say, I want to see how much. I know there are some people that are reckless with money, but we're just trying to say, average person. Most people that say joint account, they will say, I want to see how much is going, how much is coming. For accountability. But at the end of the day, if there's enough money, the last thing you'll be thinking about is accountability. How much did this person spend? How much did that person spend when there's enough money? It's because the money is not enough. That's why we are thinking about accountability. If I was making enough money, I would not be bothered if you bought something of £100 or trying to see.
I completely understand and I agree with that. But I still stick to the fact that I just like receipts.
Now, I cannot help you. Now, let's assume.
Okay.
Let's assume that. I think men. I feel like I need a guess for this question. I feel like men, we usually don't like. I feel like most men don't like joint accounts because an average man earns more than their wife in an ideal situation. An average man earns more than their wife. Maybe they have better jobs or they work longer hours, right? But I want to flip it. Let's assume that a woman is making more money. Okay? Do you think you still want a joint account?
Yeah.
If you're making more money, you still want the joint account?
At the end of the day, it's still both of us spending the money.
Okay, because I know men don't like joint accounts because we just feel like, personally, I feel like, listen, if you need anything, there's money to be spent. I feel like that's my mentality, even if I'm still very broke. If you need anything, there's money to be spent. If you need anything, ask. I'm not against joint account. It's something that I'm willing to do if, every month, this is what we'll put in the account for savings. I do not really for spending. I don't see any reason for joint account for spending. When I can trust you, grocery for every month is £50. Take £50. You spend. I don't need to be checkmating you and say, did you spend the £50 on grocery? Because when I open the fridge, there is.
It's not about checkmating. It's not
that's when you say accountability.
Okay, so now you've said, if I need to get something, I'll now have to come and ask you for the money. Then you now send it to me. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that it's enough money, depending on our financial situation.
Enough money where?
Maybe
in your account.
No, maybe in your account, in my account. For example,
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
In this relationship now, you're working, right?
Yes. So, okay.
We don't really ask each other for money, right? You hardly ask me for money, I hardly ask you for money. Because I know you have money, you know I have money. Whenever I ask for money, I'm like, what did we see today? Take. Right? Take. You've never, I don't know if you've ever doubted that if I ask money for money, will he have?
No.
Because you know that the boy is rich. That's not even the point. But the point is, when there's money, the money is always available. And when I ask you to spend money, you always have money. So, if there's that confidence and that trust, what is the fear about of this whole accountability?
Accountability for me is not necessarily, it's not equated to fear.
Okay.
It's just like when you're at work and you know there are people that are accountable for specific tasks to be completed. It's not necessarily fear of them not doing it. Like, you know they're going to do it. You know they're going to show up to work and complete the task. Seeing the history, seeing the tracking. I mean,
that's the point. Why do we want to see?
This is for situations where everything is fine and normal even.
Okay.
Right. So let's now think about situations where maybe there's some kind of financial problem.
Okay, that's true.
With the bank or with a company or with something. How are you able to back trace? Like, you know, it's just more for security rather than fear.
I was thinking you even say, this is a situation where both the man and the woman are like perfect. They are doing all right. They are good people like me and you, you know. But in a situation where you have, for example, somebody that is financially reckless, then the need of a joint account would be important because one person will be checking the other person. Just like Pastor Kingsley and his wife would say, Pastor Kingsley is a lavish spender. He spends anyhow. And you think, Pastor Kingsley was supposed to have money, but he has finished spending
all the money.
Right? But the wife was there to, and women, you guys know how to save, you guys know how to manage, right? So the wife was there to like keep everything in check and proper to ensure that we're not spending any money anyhow. So that makes sense, right? That makes sense when somebody is financially responsible and that person will be checking, because at the end of the day we are one. And you don't want to think your husband has money whereas he's in serious debt, which has, at the end of the day, affected so many marriages as well.
People can be funny sometimes. If everyone, you can be responsible, but there are times when things can just go south. But there's something else I wanted to say.
But let's know what you think in the comment section, right? When it comes, especially when you are, you don't even have to be married to know, because some people already have this mindset before they even get into marriage. So what do you think about joint finance? Is it something you want to do? I feel like coming from Africa, most Nigerian men, we don't really do joint accounts.
A lot of men don't,
Because we just make the money available, just provide the bread and whenever it's necessary. But things are changing. The marriage scene is evolving. Let's know what you think and let's know what you would do if your wife says they want a joint account.
So what are you going to do now that I've said I want a joint account?
For me, I'm open to it now. I'm not. How much do I have that I'm not? Please, I'm very open to it. The idea of there should be, but if there's a joint account, it's going to be for savings. It's not going to be for spending. There's no point having a joint account and we're spending it. No, I might also say I don't want to track any spending. So there's no point tracking. I don't, especially when it's bills, electricity, this and that. There's no point tracking it because it has to be paid. I can easily just say
that's for you. Like I've just said.
You just said what?
Did you hear everything I just said?
Yes, that. But I don't see any value in that. I don't see any value in that if we're having a joint account to spend it on bills. If I'm having a joint account, it has to be for savings. Oh, we have a project. Or in this family, there's a rule. Every month we save X amount of money, 20% of our salary or 30% of our salary. Savings, no touching. The rest, bills, we'll handle it. You pay this, what's our bill? Pay this, house rent is on me, blah, blah, blah. I feel like that is the approach I would like. Not having a joint account to go to Tesco. No. It doesn't. But yes, that's what I decided I wanted us to talk about today. And please feel free, drop a comment, drop a like. Ezechi, are you happy?
You've said everything. Now, what do you want me to say again?
You don't sound happy.
Please, let's end the video.
Why don't you sound happy?
It's over. Let's finish.
No, it's not over now.
Let's tell them to subscribe and like and share.
I tell them to subscribe.
Please subscribe.
No, that's not the energy.
Like and share. Have a good day.